Hello everybody, this is Calvin Nye from CN Comics, and I wanted to show you my speed run of all my artwork that I do. This time, it's not going to be under music this time because everything is get copyrighted like crazy. And so I decided for myself to actually do like more of commentary and audio like recordings of this stuff instead of showing copyright music. For some reason YouTube has been taking out my videos and telling me that I can't do this or I can't do commercial ending stuff. And so I'm going to try to actually do this approach and see if it is actually entertaining. So when I work on this type of art, I tend to go with the traditional paper, pen, and then start going to ink. And then later on, I usually go into Photoshop to do all the coloring work. Which at the same time, which is always been a little bit time consuming and challenging at the same time. So the art piece that I'm working on is something called the Kobayashi. It's basically Anime Wonderwoman on the title, but it's a combination of our DC superhero Wonder Woman from DC Comics, and I also added the anime style to it from similar to the Kobayashi Dragon Maid. And I decided to do this because for some reason the two ideas always hit together. Like most of my other artwork had always been a mixture idea. Like the previous one was Pearl from Swan Lake and I'm sorry. Steven Universe Pearl and Black Swan, the Black Swan from Pond Lake. Yes, the Black Swan, and I mixed them together called Black Pearl. And so it's basically like the dark version of Pearl from Steven Universe. In this one, this is actually a combination of two different things. A would be the Wonder Woman, our superhero, and B would be Kobayashi Dragon Maid, which is a cartoon that I seem to enjoy and all that stuff. It's kind of it's kind of dirty in some aspects, but it also has some cute family humor to it, and I try to go with it from there. I also showed a lot of my stuff through streams and make it into entertaining as possible. People asking questions and all that other stuff. It's usually debating whether if I actually use a marker or a paintbrush sometimes, because because the strength of my paper. If I use a thinner piece of paper, it would bleed. The paintbrush would bleed through like crazy, and I would lose all my progress from there, and it'll bleed through all my other pages, basically making a waste. Even with markers, which I had right now, still bleed through it, and sometimes as from one artist to an artist, make sure you have a thick piece of paper to work through and all that stuff. Also, another good idea is to change up the angles of your artwork as well, which should be coming up soon to actually show a little bit more balance and upside down look and getting it all down. Also, at times I also like to clean up my work and make it look more professional, and then I just straighten out my lines and make it look less funky and less. And also at the same time make it look more clean and precise. So when I do the Photoshop work, it'll try to be as smooth as possible as when I go in. I mean, I've seen some people who just redraw their whole lines and then just put in later. I like to actually go from the page and actually fix up the area. Sometimes scanning, I would have to use 2 sheets of paper and then just two scans to make a clean drawing. And then I just try to do the work as fast as possible when I try to do a little more areas. Reference is always really good to have, depending on what I get, and so I try to go with a very, very quick look on it, and then just get some base colors and everything else, kind of get in there before I go any further to make it extreme or anything like that. Also, I like using Photoshop colors because, if I ever make a mistake or anything, it'll fix itself, and I'll just be able to paint over it no problem. Half the times when I paint in like gouache or watercolor, I tend to like mess up a lot. So I just go ahead and just go scan it on the Photoshop and then just get it ready from there. Um, in the meantime, I also like to do a lot of other stuff and get that ready. Um, and yeah, I also have been getting a lot of issues with my computer at the moment because for some reason, with the size of art that I was doing, I was literally I was literally making it wait sometimes. If you ever noticed, there would be like those little dot balls around it, and it was just it was a pain in the ass. And one of the suggestions I got was I was using too much files at once, and then after that, I was just drawing. I was just drawing on I was using an old program, so like I was on everyone was on Sierra, and I was still on Yosemite, which was like two computer sizes too small. So maybe advising for anyone who's like a Mac user and think, oh, I don't need the new one. I could just replace it just there. Just replace it. I mean, it'll save you a lot of trouble. Um, and yeah. So, actually, maybe you guys can probably answer this question for me on the comment list, or just like ask me whatever type of stuff I can do. Um, what is the whole story with like Wonder Woman loving ice cream so much? I mean, I never really got grasped that whole concept yet. I mean, I remembered it was like the first time I saw it was in one of the New 52 DCs where Wonder Woman tried ice cream for the first time. She's like, "Ice cream is wonderful," and they kept it in the animated series Justice League. I think it was called Justice League War, and it was basically the New 52 in the animated form, and they did the same thing again there, just mentioning how great ice cream was, and after that, they and in the Wonder Woman movie, which I thought was an amazing piece, they did the same gag again where she tries ice cream for the first time. Quote, also, it's always been strawberry for some reason, and she just goes crazy for it. And so my friend explains to me it's because she's an Amazonian and she never tried ice cream before, which is why she's going so crazy about it, and also which kind of gave me the influence to kind of do this idea because if you see the one in the far left and I try to imitate the thing from the far right, I just try to get that whole expression. I thought it was a cute expression. It's perfect for. I feel like it's perfect for this parody art that I like to do, and it's it's Wonder Woman. And look at that face. It's you cannot say that's a bad face. And so I try to. And so when I do my commissions and all my other stuff, I try to mix in a clever idea to it. You can probably see that on a lot of my other work too. So yeah, I mean, if you please comment to tell me what your thoughts on that whole idea, and maybe you can enlighten me on other than she never tried ice cream before, so it is God to her, and I don't know why they kept it as a joke or anything like that. So yeah. Also, I like doing these things. I like to have a little bit more community. I need more interaction with a lot of other people as much as I can. And yeah, there you go. I unfortunately had to cut off a few parts because my computer was just slowing down too much. And I try to go quicker on this type of stuff, but it just each time would just get shorter and shorter, and the installing time would take too long. And so the last part of it just took a little while. I will be adjusting this piece a little bit more. As I recall, I've forgotten to do the tears on the Wonder Woman, and I'll just go back and fix those up. If you like what you see, comment, subscribe, and tell me all the stuff that what you like about it. Have a good one.